and hello, and welcome to a new episode of Weebs Ramble About with my beautiful co-host, Amy,
Oh, hi y'all!
with her noob and shiny PNG tuber, and Kudai.
What's up?
You mean no one's shiny? Did I forget to change it off of Cal?
Hi, Blood. Okay, so, let's just start. Kudai. You.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, so while we were, prepping, I noticed that you played Warframe. How is it?
Oh, it's been fantastic, especially with the recent release of Tekrod Encore update. Oh man, it's been a lot of fun. Got a bunch, got basically infested liches here. Yeah, you'll find out what those are later, Maho. But we can basically have rivals that we can get cool weapons at, by beating. So
Beat up, get shiny weapon. I like that concept.
yes, exactly. But you're gonna have to do a bunch of story stuff first. First, you'll unlock the Grenier, then the Corpus, and then the Infested. So, you got a ways to go yet. If you
Yeah.
get back in.
Yeah, don't worry. I just like now that this was one of the most recent thing you just did. So I was like, okay, let's talk about the most recent thing you did.
Yeah.
And
I've also been enjoying Lavos Prime here. Really fun, boyo. I mean, on-demand elements for whatever I want. Sign me up.
sounds amazing.
It's very amazing.
Amy, have you recently watched or played something new and exciting?
No, a lot of my time has been put into, being unconscious after our 24-hour fucking stream.
Yeah.
I should have done some prep work to actually think about things I could talk about for this session, but I've just done nothing over the last 2 weeks other than art.
Oh, don't worry, don't
Ooh,
worry.
I could talk about something else if you want.
Well, let me...
Because
Sure,
Warframe
sure.
isn't the only thing I've done.
Ooh, what else did you do?
I recently started playing through the Kingdom Hearts series.
Ooh, that's something for Amy.
Ah. Yes, tell me more. Tell me more,
Yes,
tell
I-
me more. Did he put up a fight?
I'm currently playing through the first game. Haven't made it quite through yet, but I recently beat Halloween Town, so
Ah, you're a pretty decent chunk of the way through then.
yeah. And I'll be heading to the next area next time I play, so
When the
gotta
next...
say, Uki was definitely easier than I remember.
That sounds oh god, I improved so much since the last time I played it. This is the complete opposite to what Maho experienced when she plays the game. Oh my god, I wasn't really that hard the last time I played it.
Imagine being a kid and only getting through on sheer dumb luck.
Oh yeah.
One of my favorite things about going back and replaying old games, it's just oh no, it's the cave. I hated this cave. God, I could never get through this. And then you just on the first try, and as you go back, you do it without taking a hit, and you're like,
Why did I have trouble again?
man, 12-year-old me was shit at this.
Oh god, I should probably try to replay old games I played in the past and see if I improved in any way.
It's a fun stream, honestly, doing things like that, just going back to things you used to enjoy.
Yeah, the problem is I didn't really play much PC games. I had a couple of Mario games, and I played some console games when I was visiting a friend. But when I got the console myself, I tried the game that I just played there for an hour, and now I finally had to get through some levels, and it ended with me crying to my mom to help me play a level because I couldn't beat them. So I very quickly became a let's play watcher because I couldn't manage to beat the game, so I just watched people play it for me.
Fair enough.
I did not ever had like this one Barbie secret agent game that I played so many times that I literally tried to like beat my record on how fast I can get through this game.
Ah, yes, speedrunning.
Yeah, like I didn't know what speedrunning was back then, but I certainly like played this game so fast. I literally learned like all the solutions to the puzzles, so I was so quick for like, I don't know, 12-year-old me.
Used to love doing that with Spyro. I would just keep playing it and see if I could do it without taking a death. I still have not
Yeah.
managed it to this day. That's one of the streams I want to do.
Wait, really? You haven't beaten Spyro without dying?
Yeah, I always do like some stupid shit, like fucking the cave in the middle of Beastmakers that just annihilate you. Or just like trying to glide somewhere and mistapping the fucking jump and just plummeting.
Yeah. You
One of
know,
those things,
fair
like, I've
enough.
never made like honest attempts to do it fully without dying, but every time I start, I'm like, this is the time. This is the one.
This is the run, and I'm dead.
Yeah, and then I fucking flip with the water texture inside the inside town square when I gotta get the key. Like, oh god damn it! This was
Man,
the easy
Murphy.
level. You literally can't die here.
Yeah. That's how it is. You talk all this shit, and then suddenly the game just smacks you in the f***ing mouth. Like, shut your goofy.
I recently just like
Shut your goof.
shut your goof,
Yes.
exactly.
Shut
Yes.
your goof.
My favorite Disney movie.
Shut your goofy.
Uh,
Didn't have to be rude about it.
Goof Troop 3. Shut your goof.
I didn't had a chance yet, but like
Write that down. Write that down.
I'm so up to date with the Apothecary Diary series, like the second season. I
No.
love it so much. Oh my god, we
Yep.
finally had the
Oh, the
frog
apothecary.
episode. Yeah, thank you. Like I know how to
I
say.
need to continue that with my friend, with like Nika and stuff.
Oh yeah, you should. Like second part of the second season starts now. Hydrate and snack. I did it earlier too, Eden, but I will take another bite of my cookie.
And a snack. Wow, someone's needy.
We finally reached the frog episode. Didn't she definitely like overstep the boundary there? He didn't do anything, but he certainly was like very pissed on Mao Mao, like saying, it's a frog that I felt down there. It's a medium frog. She was the way she apologized, like you could really feel how she just like she learned like from like almost an infant state that like crying about something will not solve her problems. No one will care for her when she's crying. So she never really learned the empathy to like cheer someone up when she did something wrong. So she really tried her best to like tell him that he's always Jinji sama for her, no matter what it is that he wanted to tell her. She still doesn't know his secret that he wanted to tell her for like a week now.
Is this actually an interesting secret, or is it one of those anime secrets? Just like, tee-hee, I have a crush on you.
Yeah, no,
It's
like,
my biggest secret, you can never know.
yeah, no, oh yeah, like, she's so dense, she still didn't got the memo that he's in love with her. But, like, that's not a secret, like, she more or less knows the secret. She just refused to see it. Because she knows knowing about this could get her in trouble and could put her into danger. So she, every time, like, she figures something out that feels like that is not something I should know, I'm just a lower maid, she pretends to doesn't realize it. But they really need her help, so she needs to know the secret. But she doesn't want to know the secret because she's afraid of like the responsibilities that come with it. It's like really funny, and it's like really great to see how they like grow onto each other. I really hope that she's actually falling in love with him. Like, please, I need it. But like, this series is so good. I also saw like a manga panel where he bites her neck, and now I need to know when this will happen and what the context is. Like, when I first saw this panel, I thought it was from a
What do you mean what
doujin.
the context? What do you mean what the context is? He's hungry.
Brr. Like, when I first saw it, I thought it was from a doujin. Until, like, I saw multiple YouTube videos talking about, like, oh yeah, like, let's talk about the most recent, like, most recent chapter that came out. Like, what the fuck, this is canon? What is happening? Like, I heard about him strangling her and stuff, and now, like, the next thing I learn about is him biting her neck lovingly. Like, what did I miss? I want to read this
So
manga.
he's a cow.
Apparently, like, people were like, oh, like, when, like, the strangling part happened in the novel or something like this, people were like, oh, could this be the reason why like, Jinji could never have a chance with Mao Mao? And I refused to watch this video because I was like, no, I'm not spoiling myself. I'll wait until the manga is finished and then I'll binge read it. I'm not going to spoil myself. And now I want to spoil myself.
Don't spoil yourself. You've earned it. You deserve it.
Yeah, but then when I know what's happened in the most recent chapter, I will be angry that it's not finished yet, and then I have to wait how many months to get to the end. So, yeah. But, Amy, you said nothing interesting happened recently. But I remember something you told me in DMs, and I think this is like something fun we could talk about. Like, usually we try not to talk too much about our private life, but this was funny. So.
Wait, what are you?
The
you...
zoo.
No, I told you that in confidence. No.
No, come on, tell the zoo story. Come on, that is a great thing. Come on, that's something to be ashamed of.
It's one of those stories that you tell someone and they just look at you like you're bullshitting me, like this can't be true.
Yeah, like.
So I don't tell people because I don't want to be that like, oh, you're just making stuff up. Of course that didn't happen. That's not a real job.
You showed me a picture. I believe you. I will vouch for you. Come on. Even though, truth be told, I didn't believe her first.
Alright, so you know that gift that absolutely everyone has seen. I've been sent it about 100 times, where the red panda like comes out of his little sleeping hole, sees a rock, and stands up on his hind legs to intimidate it. Did you know they do that for literally everything?
I heard
including airplanes. So near Heathrow Airport, like roughly where I used to live, there's a zoo, right? This zoo has red pandas. And those red pandas, as the planes fly over, would get up on their hind legs, go to intimidate them, and fall onto their backs. And red pandas are notably lazy creatures, so they just stay there. So I was employed by the London Zoo as the official red panda tipper. I would go out and I would put them back on all fours, and that was my job. It was just going from red panda to red panda as a plane went over. It got to the point where like I knew the exact schedule of planes because it was like, Momo's gonna go now. all right, I'm going.
That sounds like a dream job, to be honest. Like, you can touch them all day.
It also sounds like I'm making it up and nobody believes me.
I couldn't imagine why.
See, that's the response I get.
I can.
Hand on heart, I was the official red panda tipper, and it made my day. All right.
Fair enough.
Have they fixed this issue, or do they like employ someone after you?
Oh, there was a team of us. There was like, hold on, 4 of us? Because there are 6 red pandas at the London Zoo. So there were 4 of us. We'd take shifts. There would always be 2 on at a time. That way, as a plane flew over, we could make sure that as 2 of them went up and fell over, we'd be out there to get them because, normally, like on average, 4 out of 6 of them would do it. So we had 1 arm each to go and fucking tip the red pandas and then go back to our phone games.
It's still so cute. Like, I hope you didn't got hurt. Like, I know red pandas can be sometimes aggressive and little bitches.
Oh no! See, fortunately, I wasn't a plane, so they didn't try to intimidate me.
See, that's why I wanted you to tell the story. When Amy texted that to me, like sent me like a photo, like an old photo of her, like like pre-transition and all, just like from her workplace. It was like I laughed so hard that night. So
I wish I could post that photo, but full beard, no hair. It's not one I want out there, but
yeah,
fair enough.
Also, like, zookeeper clothes are not the most flattering ones anyway.
No, definitely not. Although I did enjoy the headband they made us wear.
Ooh, I mean, headbands are always fun.
Yeah. Also,
yeah, it was just a pair of red panda ears.
Oh, that's so cute!
That's adorable.
Yeah, well, they won't let anyone in their enclosure unless they think they're family. So when I started working there, they gave me this headband and was like, "I go in, they'll recognize you because the headband, it's got the scent of the previous handler on them." So I went out and I just liked the headband so much I was still wearing it 2 years later.
Valid, very valid. I would.
Very.
Like, even if I quit this job, I would probably bite their hand and go on my two legs and stretch my arms out to be intimidating to keep it. Like, full on immersion, like, this is mine now, I will intimidate you, says the very small German girl. I don't even know if the zoo where I live close has red pandas. Like, it's
I've actually applied to my local zoo has red pandas, and I've applied, but unfortunately there's no airport near us, so they're just even Birmingham Zoo look at me just like, what the fuck are you talking about? Of course this is bullshit. Why would we hire you to tip the red pandas? There are no planes here, idiots.
I love this story. And now we have it finally live, so now I can clip it.
Hell yeah.
Oh.
It shall be memorialized forever. Or
All right,
immortalized?
Yeah.
Yeah,
both work.
both works. Yeah, you're right.
If we're telling embarrassing stories, why don't you tell me one about you then, madam? You know the one I want.
Let's hear it.
I never did anything embarrassing.
Come on, this is Weebs talk about.
Yeah, we're all
You can finally admit to it
here. Come on, tell us.
Okay. To be honest, I did so much embarrassing stuff.
Acting as if I don't have dirt on him too.
Okay. To be real honest, I did so much embarrassing shit. Which one do you want?
That one that no weeb would ever admit to. It's been 20 years, hasn't it?
Oh, okay. So I have paperwork at home to prove this, but it has my real name on it, so I never really showed it to people. So you guys know Sword Art Online and stuff. So
Yeah.
When I was really young, I got it, my mom was very leisure with me, so I sometimes was allowed to be on her PC and stuff. And I really like to just make up stories and then just play them out. And also, like, this was the time where, like, parents still posted all the shit online about their children, too. So...
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, I had, like, this grand idea as a child. Like, I was, like, what? 4 or 5 years old, and it was like I was boasting about it everywhere, because I was like, okay, so guys, imagine, like, you put on a helmet, and this helmet will, like, take all the signals your brain is sending. I was pretty smart because my mom, like, bought me lexicons when I, like, you know, when I was toddler, because I loved knowledge. So I had, like, this lexicon about, like, the human body, so I knew about that the brain exists, and I knew that the brain is, like, sending signals in your body to make it move. Like, that was all I knew. Like, all the nitty-gritty stuff I didn't know, but I knew the brain is, like, the control center of your body. So I was like, okay, you have to put on this helmet, and then, like, all the signals your brain is sending are, like, getting catched by this game, and they will move the character inside of the game. So it's like you full immerse inside of the game, and you don't have to move in your room, and it's, like, super cool and super sci-fi. And, like, I boosted about this idea everywhere. Like, I was a child, I didn't know about it. I was, like, boosting, and I was, like, I thought, like, I was the greatest. Well, one day, and I shit you not, this was the weirdest encounter I had. So I was playing with my dolls in some corner of the living room, and the bell rang, and I heard my mom, like, talk to some people on the door, and I was like, this was like sometimes later. I still love my dolls. I think I played with them until I was like 12 or so. So, like, the doorbell rang and some people were standing there. I heard my mom argue, like, and so I stood up and looked around the corner. And there they were, like, 2 dudes in a suit. It was like, oh my god, what's happening? And my mom was like talking about me, and it was, and from, like, the bits of conversation I heard, like, from the living room, they wanted to meet me. And my mom obviously was the protected mama wolf, and was, like, not taking that. So I looked around the corner, and they immediately went like, oh, that's the one, right? So insert real name here, because child didn't know how to, you know, not tell you the truth on the internet. So they were like, okay, we have an offer for you. And, like, this was, like, around the time my mom, like, got, like, really big back problems, and she was not really healthy. So when they started talking about money, my mom, obviously, like, the ears perked up, and they sat us down, and they showed us a bunch of paperwork, and they talked about, like, something I didn't understand back then about, like, not telling anyone, and this disclosure, and ownership and copyright and something like this. So I had no clue, but they said if I give them my idea, they will pay me a lot of money for the idea. So little me was like, yeah, that sounds actually good. I want to help my
money.
mom.
I like money.
I like money. My mom likes money too.
Got to have money.
So, like, as my legal guidance, of course, my mom had to sign the papers too, and I signed the papers, meaning, like, I could write my name. It looked very, very silly, but I wrote my entire name and was so proud of myself. They left us with they left us with a bunch of money that was, like, really good at the time because we struggled. And like I completely forgot that. Like, I was a child, and then like 14-year-old me watched Sword Art Online, and then it clicked again. So I went through, like, a lot of, like, a paperwork and folders we had at home. I was like, that was a fever dream, right? And tried to look for it, and, like, I found that stupid NDA paper where I was, like, signing away my rights to this entire idea that I have no right to get any monetarily, like, I don't know the wording anymore. Like, I will not get any money for this idea. Like, they would pay me once, and then, like, they have the rights to this. I have no right to ever claim it ever again. I was like, holy shit, that was real. Well, this is 20 years ago. The ending still states I'm not supposed to say it, but let's be real. This is 20 years ago. No one cares anymore.
Yeah.
Like, it taught me a very valuable lesson about not telling people your full name and home address on the internet. I learned it. Now my ideas belong to me. It's like, apparently, like, yeah, like, this is part of my history now, and yeah, like, I'm a very mediocre
You're the
anime.
reason Sword Art Online exists.
Yeah, I'm sorry, anime fans. I'm sorry, okay? I didn't mean to.
Well.
I really...
I didn't mind SAO that much.
Yeah, but to be honest, I really wish the people from, like, Log Horizon would have come to me. You know, that would be something I would rather boost about. Weirdest thing ever. I learned my lesson. Kira, maybe that's the problem with some of the plot holes in Sword Art Online. Like, if you let, like, a 4-year-old write part of the script, you get, like, very weird OP characters that just can't do all the cool shit without development because the kid doesn't understand development yet. Even though I didn't...
Yeah, unfortunately, but
Yeah, like, that's why SAO Bridge exists.
Exactly.
Like, SAO Bridge is, like, fixed all the issues 4-year-old Maho made. Okay. Could I? I know.
Yes?
I know a dark secret about you. If I have to share my embarrassing stories, we will share yours. So...
Very well, if we must.
Okay, so... I knew you liked the game Princess and Conquest. When I was, like, reading up on it a little bit, and, like, I played a little bit of it, like... This knight guy, like... Come on, tell me the truth. What's up with that? Why did I found your name, like buried in some credits? I want to...
Well, I mean... Alright.
Wait, no. Don't tell me you've got a hand with... No.
Look, so fact is facts. A while back, I was in talks with the creator and, you know, shared character ideas, and they're like, oh, you know, Cry seems like a fun character. Can't just name him outright like that, though. We want to, you know, add some self-insertness for people. It's like, alright.
How did you get in contact with them? Over Discord?
Yeah, it was over Discord.
Ah, the good old Discord days.
Yeah.
That is
My day.
That is insane.
So yeah, so you're looking at the inspiration for, well, the main character, the knight. Hello. I mean, come on.
You should.
With the harem protagonist energy he has, you know,
yeah,
some
like,
chivalry here and there.
Like, you should boost with about this a bit more. Like, I figured that out with some detective work I had to do. Like, why did I have to squeeze that out of you?
Yes. Let me boast about being the inspiration for the protagonist of a hentai game.
I would be stoked!
Fantastic idea!
What are you talking about? This is a stoked thing you should boost about. Like, come on.
But you know the crowd nowadays, they wouldn't understand some of them.
They wouldn't get me.
No, they might get me a little too much. I don't know. Maybe they wouldn't.
Oh, no. They get you.
I mean, they'd be able to play as me, so there we go.
Well, having a real person as an inspiration is, I think, a really good idea. Like, he's more realistic.
Yeah, and plus, while I managed to flow pretty well with the other characters they put forward, so, so they figured, hey, we need a character idea that meshes well. Here we go.
Why are you acting like you don't believe any of this?
The problem is I do, because I'm in similar shoes here. Okay. Wanna be let on a secret. Like, this is a big one. This is a more recent NDA I'm signing. Oh god, I get in so much trouble. Well, thank god I'm not popular right now, so this
Yeah,
is...
don't worry, nobody's watching this. Right,
You-
chat?
Yeah, chat. This stays between us, okay. So,
This is our dirty little secret chat, all of those.
yeah. So, talking about, like, inspiration. So, when, like, I was been a Visipop fan. Like, I followed like her zoophobia things and stuff. Like, I was like in like, there were like some chats, I was in like comments and stuff, and like I was just like a casual fan. And like there was like this like one Discord server, and she was in there. That was like such a surprise for me. And we got to talk, and that was like when like the idea for Has-Been Hotel started, and we were like chatting like really casually, and she was like talking a little bit about like her vision and ideas, and like she was a little bit uncertain what she wanted with Charlie, because like she wanted her like to be like Disney princess-ish, but like it, not too much. So we were just like talking a little bit here and there, and she was like, like, you're like what I imagined Charlie would be like. And I was like, oh, that's so sweet. Well, fast forward a little bit, and the pilot dropped, and like I saw some similarities, but I didn't really thought much about it. And then like she signed like a contract with like a company. I don't know if it was Amazon back then, but like about Has-Been Hotel, and suddenly I was hit up again.
Ooh.
Because like she had to tell them like everything, and so she was like talking about like how it was like the inspiration and like a role model for like Charlie. So she was hitting me up again, was like, yeah, so now this is all under legal contract stuff. Like we are obligated to let you know about like the development stuff. So you kind of have to sign an NDA now. I'm so sorry. I didn't thought this would like explode so much. I didn't know it would explode so much. But
Like, man, if I had a nickel for every NDA I had to sign in my lifetime, I'd have 3 nickels.
Which isn't a lot, but it's surprising it's happened this many times.
it's like, well, okay, I guess. That also gave me the option to have like a little bit like talk behind the scenes when they were like redesigning Charlie, and like thinking about like things you should say, and like writing Charlie a bit more in depth. But this was certainly an experience. Like this just started with some like general just like fan and like creator interaction, and just like general like chatting about random things, like listening to problems, offering help, and like just be me. And then suddenly like, yeah, like you're actually that's what I want. That like takes the head of everyone on the team. Here, look at that. That's what I want. To work, people.
Hell yeah. Let's get this shit.
But for like You know, like, I talked with Kurai earlier, like, before you came back, Amy. And we talked about, like, you know, games and stuff. We also talked about World of Warcraft. And then...
You have my commiserations.
yeah. Yeah, and then Kurai told me about, like, an older meme. And, like, I know, we should not talk about dead names. But what the fuck, Amy?
Right, you told her?
It slipped out in conversation, and then, yeah.
Why did Kurai before me?
I had her going. I told her my last name was actually Starlight. She's been telling everybody for like a full year that she wants to marry me because my last name's so pretty.
I'm sorry, Amy. It came out.
And I'm sorry, Maho. My last name's not Starlight. If you marry me, you're gonna be Maho Jenkins.
Doesn't ring as well, but...
Yeah, it doesn't quite have as much oomph to it, does it?
But your
I
parents...
mean, it's a little bit of a loud last name, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, it is perfect for screaming. God, that guild was so pissed.
Oh, were they ever?
You know, we managed to leak a story that it was a publicity thing. Just to like try and save some face, but that clip absolutely fucking took off, and like the guys behind the guild were like, all right, fine. What you come back with us, right? You're back in the fucking guild. All we need you to do is tell them it was on fucking purpose, tell them it was planned, tell them it was all our idea. I want the credit for this. And I was just like, fine, I don't care. I'm done. I'm in. Let's go.
That... Okay, so it was like framed as a publicity stunt. I knew it.
Yeah, we had to tell them that it was all intentional, because we were breaking like quite a few rules on YouTube with the growth we were getting. So we just came out like, oh yeah, it was a publicity stunt. Yeah, like none of that actually happened.
I see.
But like that
Truth is revealed.
The truth
basically
is
ruined
out.
my life. That's in fact, I think legitimately I think that is like one of the reasons that I turned trans, because like, hey, if I'm Amelia Starlight now, then I'm not Leroy Jenkins anymore.
Distancing yourself from it. Good job.
And it worked for so many years. Thank you, Karai. I knew there was a reason I didn't like you.
I don't say that. Could I have some
Oops,
real...
hee hee.
Don't say that. Could I had like some real troubles recently, like the nightmares and stuff. But talking about this, like, how are you feeling now?
Pretty good. They've been slowing down pretty good, especially after that disc disappeared.
Wait, it disappeared? Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
Give some context for the people that doesn't know and
Oh.
like talk to you at 4 in the morning.
Right. So, what was the story? Right. A little bit ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
A disc kind of just popped up at my front door. So, look at it, it's like, oh, what's on this? Now, thank goodness for virtual machine, guys. Don't ever put mysterious discs in your computer without, without a virtual machine. You will regret it. But it was an old game.
Is that
actually,
the reason
so.
your PC was like crashed for so long?
Yeah. See, the virtual machine didn't actually matter that much, unfortunately. But regardless.
Yeah.
So it was an old game, or at least some like weird ROM hacky variation of it or something. Anyways, the normal main character was evil. He was kind of trying to hunt down like the other characters, kill them and shit. It was really weird. But somehow I managed to beat him. So it worked out. Then this red-eyed plushie of him showed up in my room. It stirred in my soul. I I named him Blue Ball. He did not like that.
But it was kind of
I
cute.
swear. Plushie looked angry. Plushies can't get angry, right, guys?
Yeah, no, that's silly. Plushies don't get angry. Trust me,
Exactly.
I named my
somehow
plushies.
it looked it.
I
No,
named
no,
my
no.
plushies
It's
all
it's
the
the
silly-
dolls and mannequins that you need to worry about getting angry. The plushies are fine.
Yeah, fair enough. What's a plushie gonna do?
It's not like they
But
can hold
this-
knives.
But yeah, shortly after it appeared, it it started. The nightmares they started. And it's like he was trying to get me, still beat him in the dream. Even in a dream, Blue Ball couldn't beat me.
Sucks to suck.
But anyways, last I heard, Alan, my friend Alan, got a hold of that disc. So I guess I figured out where it disappeared too. That was the last time I heard from him for a while. It's been like years. Wonder whatever happened to him.
People disappear from time to time. Like I still like Satan, like a long time person, like in the Discord server and stuff. Like one day he disappeared and he never came back. It's life. They're probably just like busy with real life.
Yeah, probably.
Poor guy went off to university and
Yeah.
bedded himself. Ugh.
Well, I hope wherever Alan is, he's happy.
Yeah. You're making resin dice. That's so cool, Kai. Welcome to stream.
Oh, neat.
Huh?
Oh, we have someone in chat. Kai is lurking in the background while making resin dice at home.
Ah, that's nice.
Yeah.
Welcome, Kai. We're currently exposing our dirty secrets.
Yeah, like it started just with one, and now it just like turns into like like oh god, I know what it's called in German. Like when you go to like tell all the forgive me, Father, for I have sinned, or I'm sorry, Daddy, I have been a bad girl.
Confession.
Yeah, like this turned into a confession episode.
All right. While we're confessing things, and I know this is true. You keep telling me it's not, but I'm gonna do a redeem right now.
Daddy.
Be honest with me. You're the VA for 02, right? Come on, you can't get that good. How did you get that close?
Okay. So, I tried voice acting for a while, and I was like on this really big anime convention, and it had like a bunch of like people from Japan there. And
As all anime conventions do, yes.
yeah, like we have like this one big one that always have like Japanese guest stars, like voice actors, people from the industry are there. And yeah, I was there and I was just like joking around with like a person I met there. We were just like talking a little bit. And I was like putting on my anime voice a little bit to just like joke around. And they were like I was probably a bit loud. And then someone came up to me.
Confirm. I've met you in person. You're very loud. Talk to your lovely ladies in a bit. Okie dokie. Enjoy the bathroom.
And
But, not too much. We are legally required to say that. This is Twitch. Family-friendly platform.
yeah, so the person I talked to like waved someone over that apparently was listening in. Like I didn't know who that was, okay? So I'm sorry, I cannot remember names and faces. So I didn't really realize that there was a giant banner behind me with that person on it. So this was a voice actor, actually. So they called over like some of the management team. I don't know, like it was a higher up. They were going with the voice actors, and we like started discussing, and then they like do it again. So it was like just putting on my anime voice and said like random things, and they were just like, oh, could you say this and could you say that, and I was like, okay, so is that an audition now? And then they say, okay, can you say darling? Like, okay, darling, Like, no, roll it more. Like, okay. Daddy. And I was like, that's it. That's okay. And then they were like, okay, could you give us like your contact info? We would like to reach out to you again. So I gave them an email address and stuff, and it was like after I went home from this convention, I was like I thought this was weird, but it was like, okay, like conventions are always weird, and I didn't thought that this would turn into anything. Like a lot of people told me I could become a voice actor, but nothing really happened until I got an email from them wanting to discussing like the where I could like do the recordings and like the contract and the payment, and I was like, oh, this was legit. Yeah, so that's how I became the voice of 02. I really liked it though. Like, this was so much fun. Like, I wanted to be a voice actor in forever, and this was just like, like this was the gateway to more jobs I always wanted. But I didn't want to boast too much about it because like my home microphone is not as good, and I have the feeling people don't believe me if I tell them that the random German girl is getting the chance of her life. Like the Let's Go Eevee, like the lines for Eevee I also recorded. But no one noticed, because of course no one noticed. I also like they have like, it doesn't use my VTuber name for like listing of voice actors, so now if I would get a job, I would list Monochrome Joker there, because as much as I like to see my name in the credits, it's like I had to move more than once so far. The internet is a scary place.
Yeah, it can be.
Yeah, like you're finding weird discs that give you nightmares because apparently you cannot handle like spooky games. And Amy, you were
I
on.
normally can.
Yeah, and Amy, you were on 4chan. You know how weird the internet is. But 4chan also like brings birth to like the best things ever. Like.
Oh yeah, like way back when I was on the Karawa Shoujo like squad. That was. It's like I feel like 4chan gets a bad rep. They don't remember what sort of things we can create, you know?
Yeah, like I heard like how messy at times like the development was, and like getting people left and people came back and people joined. Like how did you manage to get through this? Like I would have lost like all energy at some point.
The trick was it was just like a small team with just like 2 or 3 head writers, and we would just outsource a lot of the other stuff to the people from Reddit. So we do like there was one woman who did like really good instrumental work, so she was online for a bit to do the backing tracks, and then just because it was 4chan and we couldn't keep a consistent thread going, we just like lost touch with her eventually. We managed to get like all of the rights and whatnot but before she left, but that was a mess.
Oh, I can imagine. But it's probably like really fun. Is that the reason you still want to continue doing visual novels?
Yeah, I've tried a few times to get back into it, but honestly, I think the team put in like a lot more of the work than I gave them credit for. Like I came up with the roots for Lily, Ren, and for Emmy. The famous anal scene. Yeah, that was all me. You're welcome. But when I actually like sat down to write my own, I realized that like I don't have anybody to do the music. I don't have anybody to do the artwork. I don't have anybody to do the coding. Like it's visual novels are a lot more than one person. Is what I learned from my time on Karawa Shoujo.
It's certainly a thing. Talking about visual novels, could I? You just mentioned it on the side, but is it true that you really were like in contact with like the person that like makes Andy and Lele. How are they?
They're doing pretty good. You know, taking a whole step back from all the internet to, craziness and whatnot. You know
Yeah.
how the internet got.
Yeah.
Yeah, that exactly summarizes the internet. Yeah, craziness.
Yeah, unfortunately, but they're doing pretty good. Though, I guess I could share something, an idea that was kind of like a beta idea
Oh,
or alpha, I guess.
hot content? Let's go.
Yeah. So see, they needed ideas for more demon characters, or they were wanting more ideas. And so I was like, you know what? Why not a nice, charming demon to give a little more of an interesting route to like Ashley and stuff? It's like, oh yeah, like a demon boyfriend. It's like, yeah. And well, at first it was like, oh hey, yeah, let's green light this. And then it's like, oh, this right, I want to take this. It won't really work. So that got scrapped.
Aw,
Unfortunately,
that's unfortunate.
it's a shame. The demon was basically gonna be Karai, but
Ooh, so
the
his
character.
so it would have been like the main color would be purple. Like for Ashley, it's pink.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been so cool.
Right? It would have looked so pretty.
Also,
so good.
like maybe it would distract the people from like the one incest incident. you know.
Yeah.
Like focus.
It would have been
more
like
on
one of a
like-
possible, way. But
I've got to know, since you've spoken to the writers, like how into incest are they? Like you can tell when you talk to somebody if they're into incest. Was that genuinely just hey, it wouldn't be funny if one scene, or was that the scene they wrote first? If you know what I mean.
that part they didn't really. They seemed to rather hesitant to answer, but. Come on, they weren't
That's
into it. They wanted-
yes.
they knew what they were doing, but they also
They
knew.
knew what they were doing.
But I have the feeling like there was like a lot of like like they knew what they were doing, but they also knew like they wanted to like prank the internet a little bit with it. It's funny how this blew up out of proportion.
They knew what
Yeah,
they
and
were
they're still
doing,
playing
and
into
what
it,
they were
too.
doing was their sister.
They're still playing around with it too. Like you probably still supposed to cry about it and whatnot
Yeah.
with Ashley and Andrew. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw that post. I'm so excited. Like I'm so looking forward when like the next chapters will be dropped. Even though they said it could probably potentially take another year.
Yeah, I mean, chapter 3 for the Decay routes is already out,
Yeah.
but
I'm waiting.
Burial is still in the works.
Yeah, like I'm.
Hilariously,
Yeah.
it was supposed to happen in Burial, like the demon boyfriend,
Mhm.
but and not happen if incestuous kind of hint ending occurred.
Ah.
It
But
disgusts me that games are released modular nowadays. Like we made fucking Kadawa Shoujo on a fucking forum where the posts weren't permanent. Come on, and we managed to release it in one go.
It took you but multiple years to make it.
Well, yeah, as I said, the posts weren't permanent.
Yeah, sometimes I don't like this, but especially if it's like a one developer and they want to they release like one chapter as a demo to see how it runs, and then suddenly it gets popular, like the urge to just like release things faster than an entire game comes. I like for Undertale, like Deltarune, I really didn't see the need to release it in chapters. Because it was already popular as it is. By the way, the new supposedly this year is supposed to come out the third chapter of Deltarune. I'm still looking.
Oh, yeah,
forward to
yeah.
that.
me too. That's gonna be so much fun.
Yeah. But after the third chapter, you have to buy the game, and I'm with all the con preparations and stuff. I'm struggling. Oh,
Look,
I want to win the
Look.
lottery just once,
Yeah, but
It's
look,
not all it's cracked up
The-
to be.
the price of Deltarune, probably won't be nearly as bad as the price of the Nintendo Switch 2 games are gonna be.
Oh god, no. Don't remind me. I really need a lottery win. Amy! Amy, play the lottery with me. We have double the chances to win.
Actually, no. Do you know if you win the lottery 7 times, they ban you from entering?
What?
Well,
What?
Yeah.
How do you know?
yeah, why do you know that?
I've won the lottery 7 times.
Oh. I don't know what kind of answer
Wait,
I was expecting. Also, how? Or you're just really lucky, or what?
Yeah, there's only 6 numbers. It's like a 1 in 6 chance. Have you guys not entered the lottery?
I did, and now it's lost. How did you?
I
did
think
you?
I did it once.
I never won the lottery.
It's
Exactly.
actually it's really simple math, right? So there are 100 numbers that you can pick from, 99 in some places because they only go 1 to 99. What you need to do is look at the past 3 years is normally enough. Add up all the numbers, work out the variance. I'll send you over a formula that you can use. And then when you deduct today's date, because the machine, the way they choose the machines, they are rigged for the date. If you deduct today's date from this formula, there we go, I'll put it in your DMs. You should get the winning lottery numbers.
Oh, this is a lot of math.
I'm sorry. The only thing you actually need to pay attention to, most of it is just there so that I can hide my own working and keep it so that people I want the formula to work for. You only actually need to pay attention to the bottom 3 paragraphs of it.
Oh, okay, that is way less math now.
Yeah. How are you with sine and cosine?
It's...
No, I thought so. I'll do that math for you. Don't worry. I'll give you tomorrow's numbers.
Dad, that would be really nice. I really could need this money right now.
Yeah. Just.
How does this?
Were you guys not taught this in school?
No.
Huh. What do they teach you guys then?
I don't know. Normal math.
School?
Triangles.
I'm gonna keep it above 50. School's kind of a blur for me. And that is 70 million damage headshot. I just got in Warframe. Holy shit.
Congrats.
Alright, come on. At least keep the stories believable.
No, a deadass. I just hit a 70 million headshot on some poor sap. I erased his entire bloodline.
Wait, did you say 70 million?
Yeah, 70 million headshot.
2, 18, 7, 4. There you go. Wow. Thank you, Karai. That was actually really useful. I needed that number.
Oh, no problem.
I
Somehow?
will go to the store tomorrow and hand in those numbers.
The trick, if you want to keep it, if you want to keep like consistent wins so that you don't get banned like I did, make sure you only play 4 numbers. You get a couple of grand, you don't get the full prize, but it's enough to like keep you going until you need to use formula again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. I will keep you guys updated on like how much I won. But damn, like, what did you do with all the money, Amy?
Oh, you don't want to know.
I'm even more curious, though I am scared.
Yeah.
You know that diamond mine that Elon Musk inherited?
Yeah.
Well, I'm very sorry, guys, but I think I might be the reason he decided to buy Twitter, because I kind of bought out the diamond mine, and then...
You pissed him off?
And then I sold it back to him at triple the fucking price.
Oh, Jiminy Christmas tree. How the hell did you get away with that?
Well, he's a rich guy.
Yeah, you're right. Rich people don't understand the value of their money half the time.
Congrats on scamming him.
Yeah, that's the reason he doesn't like trans people. Sorry, guys.
Damn, Amy was the reason the entire time. What a tragedy.
Okay. So, I actually have some news to share.
Oh.
That is like actually something really recently. But like with the coming we rambling about apparently like the topic for today is confessing things.
Yeah, we were talking about things we've done recently, and then Maho let slip that she was the idea of behind Sword Art Online, and now we're kind of just snowballing our bullshit.
yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, okay. So this happened pretty recently. Because of the whole voice acting thing, I like got in touch with like some Japanese companies. And let's just say, because I don't have the Japanese politeness, I may or may not have complained about some qualities that happen in anime. Especially like the past couple years. So, like, I gave them like some quality feedback on like, you know, how you could improve certain things. Like, as someone that watched so much anime, I had like at least a decent amount of like things that I could compare it to.
Oh, like those anime consultants do, the people who like get the shows early and just give them a test watch.
Yeah. So like to like see about how the pacing works, see how you know, like animation quality. Even though with animation quality, we consultants cannot really do much about this, because like the studio only has a certain amount of budget, and like frames per, you know, the frames per for the anime are like insanely expensive. You would be surprised how expensive like one frame is. So like that is like part of the animation team, and like they have to calculate budget. So like animes with lower budgets sadly don't get less frames, so it ends up with like a less quality. But like especially like pacing, voice acting, just like general vibe, the promo art for the series, how the trailer should look like to market it better.
God, I wish you'd been around when they did that fucking booba tripod scene. I bet you'd have shut that right down.
Oh god, yes. Like, I would have set them down and be like, okay, I will say it as nice as possible to you Japanese people. Booba jiggle physics fine and all. But no! no! Look over at this voice actor. Man, please jump down up for me. See that? Those are jiggle physics. Not that. Like, she said, this is a stupid idea. Rewrite it before you give it to the poor animators that have to do it. But sadly, I was not in the area back then. Now I am, though, and I'm a bit proud of myself, but I must say, like, the quality of our animes seems to increase recently. Like, come on, like...
I have noticed that.
Yeah, like, I put like a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into it. Like, sometimes I don't even get the anime early, I just get the script and like some animatics that's supposed to go to the animators. Like, I was so pissed at the people that made Blue Lock the second season that they didn't hire the consultant for this. Like some other consultant and me, like we like saw this tragedy happen, and we were all so pissed about this, especially because the company afterwards was like, yeah, it's not our fault. What else could we couldn't do anything, like we didn't know better. And like we consultants, we just like we were in a call together when we like, you know, like read some you know, like saw that, and like someone that apparently was working at least at the same studio but for a different anime, they were like, oh, they were spilling the beans. I'm telling you, that was a shit show going on there. And they were telling us like how, like, when this was like so badly received, like they were like going around like blaming people and stuff, and the consultant that was like on a different project was sitting there like biting their tongue to not say anything because they didn't want to get fired. We are freelancers, but still, like, it was horrendous. But they learned their lesson. Like, now they're actually considering, like, for the last couple episodes, you can see that they actually hired a consultant. Because, like, you can suddenly see that the quality suddenly improved. That was because the consultant was really heavily pounding in to get, like, the last bit of the show at least decent.
Pounding.
Yeah. I was like on like some like smaller projects involved. Like I didn't got into the big companies at the time. And to be honest, like I wouldn't want to like swap places with the person that did like the Demon Slayer, like Demon Slayer or even One Piece. Like those consultants, like they don't get enough sleep. They have so much material to go through. Like they're doing a great
I imagine
job.
they just have a team for those. Like
Yeah.
you guys get episodes 1 through 4. You guys get episodes 5 through 6.
Yeah, but only the big studios can like, you know, like get like more than one consultant. So like especially like the smaller studios that like with a small budget, they just cannot. Like I know Demon Slayer has like, I don't know, I think it's like 4 or 5 people that are just there as consultants. It's insane. Like especially because like the consultants are from all over the world. Like they are very particular about like not hiring just Japanese people because they, you know, now that anime is such a worldwide thing, they want like to get more opinions about people that are, you know, not native Japanese. That also like ends up with like, you know, we don't get the funny Americans that often anymore in shows. Because like now they have like at least one American consultant that is telling them that this is borderline racist. But like, you know, like we still have in some gag animes like the very big stereotypes, but they disappear thanks to the consultants, and I think that's a good thing to not have like the stereotypical German or the stereotypical like American. So that is a good thing. Like I have the feeling with the consultant like projects and stuff, like the anime will only get better, except for the AI thing. Like that was like no consultant wanted to touch that. Like,
Oh yeah.
like when they just announced this and then they wanted a consultant to look over it, like as far as I know, they got no consultant for this. Like we all said no, thank you. That was like the weirdest shit I ever heard about, and I didn't want to be associated with it whatsoever, especially after reading the plot they wanted to go for. Like this smelled like ChatGPT.
Join a union, kids.
So yeah. But I'm like really happy with this job. Like yeah, it's like exhausting to do it like at the side of streaming and then YouTube and all the other things I'm doing. Like that's why I'm chronically like overworked and tired. But like this is like my passion, and you know, like watching some episodes like a little bit early to just like point out a couple of things is just like it's really fun.
I mean, you already manage like 2 channels, so it shouldn't be too hard to do that and the consulting job.
Yeah. Do you really want me to say that? Like, I kept this such a good secret. I think no one noticed until now.
We're already exposing everything. You might as well tell them. Like, I know you didn't want to up until now because you didn't want to like get that influx of followers here. You wanted to see how far you could grow just like as a solo, but
Yeah.
I mean, the people here deserve to know at least, I think.
Yeah, so... Okay. Wait a second. No, normally I have some time to switch between Maho and, you know...
Go.
So, hi everyone. too. So, to be completely honest, I tried to have this like as a side project. That's how it started. Like I wanted to try out streaming, and I just wanted to see how far I could go. Like just starting from zero again, this time on Twitch. So yeah, I just made like a completely new persona. I did like some serious voice training to get my voice deeper and stuff because I didn't want people to notice. Oh, I'm so nervous now. Yeah, and I just wanted to see how far I could go without associating with like my WolfieTube brand over on YouTube. But I guess the cat is out of the bag now. You'll still see me as Maho or Monogram Joker on this channel. Like I really grew fond of this persona of myself, and it's a really fun experience. And even though I didn't got the growth out of it that I expected back then, I still have a lot of fun. I'm still doing my WolfieTube videos. I'm so happy about the new pin collection and the new plushie that is coming out. Like, I'm so happy about this. I'm so proud. But like, I will still like do the Maho things, and maybe one day I can even admit to it on my main channel. But until then, I will try to get back into the Maho voice because I think that's really weird for you guys to hear me like this. Amy, why did you make me do this?
The same reason you made me reveal all of my secrets.
And the same reason you made me reveal all mine.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I really like this episode feels like a fever dream. We talked about things we never thought we would even share with like close friends, and now we shared it with the world. Like now I'm almost happy that this channel is so small, because otherwise, oh god, if other people would see that, it would give so much trouble.
Oh man.
I mean, there are still worse things that we could admit to. It's like, at least none of us are stupid enough to admit to taking over the world once.
Seriously, thank goodness for that.
Amy?
Amy.
What?
That sounded...
Oh, shit.
That was... Yeah, I just realized that was really specific.
Yeah? Wait.
A little too specific.
Okay. I tried to talk in a Maho voice again. I feel like the other one would just creep people out. Amy?
What?
What did you do with all the money you won in the lottery?
Yeah, Amy. Enlighten us, please.
I'm gonna stick with the diamond mine story. Yeah, definitely the diamond mine.
Amy, if I Google your name now and try to dig a little bit in the dark web, what will I find?
It's not even in the dark web so much, right? So, you know, when you've got, like, tons and tons of money, right? There are specific sections of the internet that open up to you. And it turns out you can actually buy ownership of, like, various countries.
You can what?
Yeah, you can just like buy various countries. With my winnings from the lottery, I bought every country. I only had enough to rent them. So technically, I did take over the world for 17 seconds. I tried to change as many laws as I could. I think most of them have been changed back now. But yeah, that's where all my lottery winnings went. You can just buy countries now. It worked for Musk.
What laws did you put in?
Oh, just the sort of whimsical ones. Like everybody's heard of that one. Like in the UK at Windsor Castle on a Tuesday, it is legal to shoot a Scotsman between the eyes. That one was me. I didn't think anybody would buy that, but now that's like one of the hey fun laws that still exist around the world.
Huh.
That's all you did. Like you didn't do anything worse than that, right?
I actually this one was funny. I actually made it illegal to have heterosexual intercourse in the state of Texas. They repealed that one real quick. And there's one, because of the way I worded it, there's 6 countries that still haven't found it yet. But if you hear the words Amelia Starlight in 6 countries around the world, you legally have to take your top off. It's brilliant. I caused chaos for 17 seconds. It was hilarious.
Oh god, how much? That is a lot of chaos for 17 seconds. Did you like pre-written all the laws before, so that when
Look,
you had?
If you're gonna spend $718,926 trillion on 17 seconds of fun, you're gonna prepare it, okay?
Fair enough.
This was 7 seconds of heaven. The Amy edition.
I still check on Nicaragua every now and again to see if that law's been repealed. Nope.
I would have expected. Oh, that was before the Pancake Island time, right? Imagine.
Yeah, it was before Pancake Island. I hadn't taken. In fact, it was like that sort of experience that made me like realize how fun being in power was. So I made my Sona a princess.
I imagine if you would have done this now, you would probably like pick the random island, like England, and called it Pancake Island.
Maybe I do need to enter the lottery a few more times. Hey, Maho, can I borrow some of your winnings?
Only if I win big, okay? We share with all of our friends the winnings, and you will teach Kudai to win in Canada over there, so we get like equal distribution, and not one country like catches on this.
Oh no! Actually, sorry, Kurai. Another one of the laws that still exist. The formula that I use doesn't work in Canada. That was one of the laws I implemented. It legally cannot work over there.
Man.
Did you have them?
Sorry, I just really didn't like Canada at the time. I was a teenager.
Valid.
I think sometimes Canadians don't like themselves. Sometimes. It's still better than being American.
We're supposed to be lying in today's episode.
What? Lying? We only speak the truth here.
Yes, nothing but the truth. So yeah.
Also, one thing. Like we talked about like voice acting earlier. But Kudai, I think you have to share it with the group. Like you tell us like how was it on the set of like Overlord? Like how did you got the role and stuff? Like you're flexing with this like very subconsciously all the time. But like how did you got into like the role, and how did you got the role in the first place?
Well, they were looking for someone who could pull off a deep voiced Overlord, and I just so happened to be able to do that. That's within my vocal range.
How was it on set? Like, was it fun?
Oh yeah, it was great fun. My fellow voice actors and I just having an absolute blast with some of the lines. You won't find some of the bloopers online, unfortunately, but hey.
I would have loved to hear the bloopers. Like, similar to the Arise from Solo Leveling. But that is so impressive. Like, have you any updates on like future Overlord stuff that is supposed to come out? Like, have you some tea you can spill? You can give us?
I can't say anything.
NDAs, right?
Yeah.
NDAs. Like, old.
Besides, I don't want to spoil anything either. So,
Oh
you
yeah,
know.
that makes sense. Like old NDAs are things that you can like walk around a little bit. New NDAs are the things you should not step onto. Like that's why I'm not allowed to talk
Yeah.
about season 2 of Hasbin Hotel. Like I know what's happened. Like I know who like has Alistair's soul. I'm not allowed to talk about it.
But
Yeah,
But, you know,
sorry,
I
the whole death by execution from breaking an NDA thing, that was one of my laws. I'm very sorry. Apparently everybody who's rich really liked that one and decided to keep it.
Yeah, but like it's still
But-
like super impressive. Like every time I watch Overwatch, like I just like now that I know it, like I always see you there.
yeah. The one thing I can say, if you've been following the manga, you should know what comes up next, or have a good idea of it.
Oh, so they still haven't caught up to the manga. That's a good thing. That's a really good thing.
Yeah.
I always hated when they just like caught up to the manga and then they started to do their own shenanigans, like Blue Exorcist, Fruit Basket, and so many more of them that just like we ran out of manga and so we bullshit the end. I'm happy that it finally stopped with that. Like I don't hear about this anymore that often. Oh, that's also like what the people from the consultant team like very heavily like put into those anime companies. Like stop making up endings, and if the manga is like up to date, talk with the mangaka. You would think they would know that. Apparently not. That was such an alien concept to them, to talk to the person that actually makes the manga. They now do it. Most companies does. Probably also because they learned out of the, Black Butler and Blue Exorcist incidents that, like bullshitting seasons will give less revenue than waiting for the manga to continue and then just like continue that way.
Yes, making stuff up is just generally a bad idea. It normally comes back to haunt you.
Yeah, like the truth is more important, and like you should not like make up silly things, like for real.
Exactly.
Oh god, did you hear that?
Huh?
Oh good. Thank
I
God.
had nothing now.
No, that's good. Thank you,
Thank
you,
you.
Chris.
Oh,
Bless
excuse
you.
me.
Thank you, Chris. It was Mammon was scratching on the window again because I put the blinds down. Mammon is a crow. It's following me recently. I just called it Mammon because like crows and greedy. And like it is a bit creepy to be watched at all time by a crow. But Mammon is kind of cute. Like it's I like them. Don't know the gender yet. Like bird genders is really weird to figure out. And if I like have my blinds down in my room, they sometimes like peck against my window a little bit to let me know that they cannot see me. I have to fix that later. But like like you touch one old book and suddenly you followed by crows. And I was never feeling so fulfilled in my life. Like I like crows, but I like crows more now. Like it feels weird to be watched at all time. That is, to be completely honest, that's why I still sometimes put my blinds down when I'm streaming, Like I don't like my bird surveillance camera is sometimes a bit annoying. But like outside, like it scares off people perfectly. if, you know, like, you walk down the street and you look all bonita and you feel all pretty and you wear like a way too short skirt because I'm an adult woman, I'm allowed to wear whatever I want. If a guy comes up to me, really, like, you can see the intent why they come up to me, and suddenly they see like a crow land behind me staring them down, they usually don't even start talking to me. The ones that do get interrupted by cra, one guy got a scratch from Mammon. So this guy apparently didn't got the memo, and apparently he couldn't read the room. So he came up to me and he pulled some like really awful, like, not really pickup lines, but like, you know, like the most awful flirt attempt that was such a macho move, and like it was disgusting how he came on to me, and I was like showing him and saying to him that I wasn't interested, and apparently he didn't notice that the crow that was sitting on the tree behind me was not happy about this incident. Yeah, like when he got closer and like really said like, come on, let's have fun and stuff, and like I really didn't want, like, Mammon like a hawk went down on him and scratched his face. This guy was running and screaming like a little girl. I laughed my ass off. The people outside also laughed their ass off. They were a bit confused why Crow would attack him. I was confused, but like I got this slimy dude away from me. So like apparently like this old book I found, my mom didn't know much about it. Like she got it from her grandma, but her grandma died like pretty early. Like I never met my great grandma. And like she said like she knew about the book, but she never really touched it. She just kept it like with like her old stuffed plush bear Otaka, that's also chilling underneath my bed. Now I'm concerned about this. But like I read the book a little bit, and like it was like this like cool like mystery like book like about like hot old witchcraft, like herbs and stuff. There were like an entire page about crows and black cats and familiars and stuff, and it was like super interesting. There was a page about that was like warning about like how the world changes, and old magic doesn't like new stuff. Like I think the translation is computers don't like witches. At least that was what I got from the book. It would explain a lot, but like it is a really silly book.
Oh, that's why those drivers weren't working. You should have told me.
I'm sorry, okay? Like I found this book really recently. I didn't know. Like I thought it was like just like a joke or like some, you know, like fantasy stuff. Because I didn't got the magic out of this bullshit yet. I just got like, you know, like apparently I got a familiar out of it. But like I didn't really understand how to do like the magic part of this book. I don't really know. The instructions are incredibly unclear, and the book is really old and hard to read, you know? My dyslexic brain cannot handle this like old German language that is going on in there. But like the complaints about like new things will hate the old magic. Like this was such a silly line until my PC crashed twice. Out of nowhere. I'm looking at you. Better behave from now on. I turn you into a frog when I learned how to do that. But yeah, like now I'm stalked by a crow, and apparently my technical devices despise me. Amy literally had to fix my PC just a couple days ago. Thanks to Amy for that. I'd really have to like...
when you know enough counter spells, it's easy enough.
Yeah, like really look into it. Like I want more out of it than just a crow. I really like the crow, but he doesn't want to come inside yet. I don't know why. Also, my mom doesn't really like to get the bird inside, to be honest. Maybe it's the cat. I'm pretty sure it's the cat. I think he's scared of it.
I mean, witches do have like various familiars. He might see the cat and assume that you already have a familiar, and he's just a bit shy. Like, try introducing your cat to him.
I will try that next time. Just have to, wait until like there's some peace and quiet at home again. Like, I don't want this to turn into, like a fight between them. So I need like to make sure that like everything is right and both of them are pretty chill. My mom seems interested in the book too now, but like she completely gave me all the rights to like do whatever I want, as long as I don't set the house on fire was the condition. Don't even know how to do it. Don't even know how to do this. But I saw a word that almost looked like fireball. I don't know. It was like a very old German word, but it had the word fire in it, and it had like a radius written next to it. So if you hear from a big fire in Germany, it wasn't me. I promise. I will try that out in winter. I would try this out in winter, when the risk of actually setting something on fire is way lower. If we get snow this year, we got almost no snow last year. Like, really no snow. Like, I think we had like in total like a week worth of snow through all the months.
There's probably a spell for that.
Yeah, like the nature could use some snow again, just not now. Also, like, I did some casting testing, and then I hear like something weird in the weather forecast. I'm not sure if it was my fault though. So apparently, like the air circulation that happens like over in the stratosphere, like high up, that like makes sure that the weather shifts a lot. Well, that according to like what is the meteorologe? What is the English word for the weather people? Meteorologist. Meteorologist. Okay, so
we generally just call them lying bastards.
Yeah, so apparently, like, according to one article I read, like, no, my mom actually read it like yesterday, and she told me about it. Apparently, like like those air masses are getting slower and slower, and around summer there's a chance that they come to a halt, causing for like almost no weather changes during the summer, what will cause a very, very dry and hot summer. And I was like I just like a day or two before this article came out, like I did some like practice casting outside. I didn't really know what I did. I said a bunch of things in Latin. I think it's Latin. I'm not really sure. And just like stretched my arms against the sky. I was hoping for some like sparkles to happen, and nothing happened. So I thought I did nothing. So I went back inside, because why should I stay outside and like scream at the sky? Apparently, I'm not sure. I hope it was not my fault. I will look into it again. Maybe have to get my mom to read with me in the book. Maybe she can decipher some of the things I screamed at the sky. If we get a hot summer, I'm very sorry for that. When you visit Germany, I will make sure that it will be as comfortable as possible for you. Meaning I will scream at the sky to give us rain until it gives us rain. Or buying your ice cream. Those are your two options.
I'm not sure what's more exciting, the thought of you being too warm and having to take your top off, or the thought of you having a wet t-shirt.
Oh, if it's really hot, I like to go walk through the rain without an umbrella. So that would probably be the thing you want more.
Of course you'd be the witch. That's the most emo thing anyone's ever said to me.
I just like because it like cools me down. Like I reached like last year, like it was summer, it was hot, and it poured down suddenly, and I really got the urge to just dance in the rain. And I don't know where it came from. I hold this urge back a lot because I knew I would look like a crazy person, but I kind of wanted to do like some kind of dance. Don't know, my feet were almost moving on their own. I was like, oh, I could just stand, like, put out the phone and record myself doing a rain dance. That would be a cool TikTok. And then I realized, no way, that would be silly. I shouldn't do this. Why do I want to dance in the rain now? That's what crazy people do. Well, fast forward a year later, I found a witch book in the basement.
Turns out you are the crazy people.
Yeah. Well, not at least not as crazy as your dad. Like, switch to... Come on. Like,
that one I'm actually not allowed to talk about. And not for the reasons you'd think, either.
What, is it another Bowser dildo situation?
No. So I'm not allowed to tell people that my dad works at Nintendo, right? That's not as ironclad as I legitimately am not allowed to tell people my dog works at Nintendo. Because the contracts that they make the animal companions sign at Nintendo are they are ironclad.
What are they doing with Eddie?
He's the one who provides the voices for the Animal Crossing games.
Oh, yeah, so you like Animal Crossing and Nintendogs and stuff?
Yeah, so, you know when you talk to the Animal Crossing characters and they go... Yeah, that's actually, Eddie is just howling, and they remix that. It's a really cool process, actually.
That's cool. But really, why switch to? Like, did your dad have any saying that? Please tell me that's like the most awful name they can pick for a console.
My dad is like one of the funniest people out there, but he is so British that if he has the chance to piss somebody off, he will take it. So instead of like submitting his hilarious name for what the Switch 2 was gonna be, he was just like, you know what would really piss people off if we just called it the Switch 2? And he just pitched that as his joke name, and the execs were just like, all right, they loved the Wii, that was your idea. They loved the Switch, that was your idea. Fine, we'll call it the Switch 2. And he chuckled all the way home. I have never seen him arrive home happier. Fucking idiots.
Well, at least a couple good new games come out. I hope they will also come out for the normal Switch, because the Me game, what is it called?
What, like Miitopia?
Miitopia. Yeah, no, Miitopia. I have Miitopia.
Well, that was another one of my dad's names. He thought it'd be absolutely hilarious if you could get everybody across the country to say meat hopping you.
Okay. No, like there's coming out a new what was Miitopia based on? This was like based on another Me game that was like for the DS. I literally watched the Nintendo Direct trailer video for this one. Me game Switch 2. Where is it? Tomodachi Life was it? Where you could like create your own characters and then they just lived together and did like really silly things. Like they bring out a new one for that. Like I'm looking forward to like the new Switch games. I'm just not looking forward to
The price tag.
yeah, and the new console I maybe have to get. Like I really want to get back into my Switch and just like play my Switch games that I have. but I'm so afraid of like the new games they announced, and then just that they will be exclusive. Like I'm pretty sure that Pokemon Za will probably be like, if it comes out with the new Switch, it will be an exclusive. Like I'm scared.
Apparently, it will be releasing both Switch and Switch 2. So.
Oh, that would be nice.
Yeah, it is.
I hope so. I mean, to be fair,
no,
that does
it's been
completely
confirmed.
remove my reason for buying the Switch 2, so it's probably a bad marketing decision, but I'm happy about that. Like, I didn't buy the Switch until a Pokemon released on it. So if they do the same for the Switch 2, that's gonna tank for a bit.
Oh yeah, no, I only bought the Switch like with when the like Animal Crossing came out. Like I got it way later, but this was the reason I got the Switch, because I really like Animal Crossing. Before that, I didn't even consider buying a new Nintendo console, because my sister gave me her DS so I could like play Harvest Moon and stuff like on her DS. I still have my old save file from when I was 11 on my in Harvest Moon. Also in Dragon Quest 11, Dragon Quest 9.
I've actually never played Harvest Moon. How are they like in comparison to Animal Crossing? I know people say they're like that's what it's based on, but like how based on it is it? Is it just a farming sim, or is it like Animal Crossing, you know?
No, imagine what is it called? Stardew Valley? It's more similar to that.
I see.
Yeah.
You farm.
Stardew Valley was based on Harvest Moon, actually. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I've not played
there's
Stardew Valley for a while. I should get back into it. There've been a ton of updates.
Yeah, there's a game called Four Seasons, what is like more or less a knockoff of Harvest Moon, but like especially like compared to the newer Harvest Moon games, the Four Season ones are usually better. But like the Harvest Moon thing I have, you couldn't even choose your gender. You could only date women in there. But it was still like a really fun game. Like you can name your dog, you can name your cat, you have like cows, you have to like take care of like the plants. Usually it's like connected to the spring goddess and her little gnomes. Like in the Harvest Moon game I played, you had to find a bunch of gnomes. And when you found them, they would help you. You could assign them to like work. You got like a casino with them, and you had to find all of the gnomes to find the
only game I've played where you have to find gnomes is Fable 3. And they would just like hang in trees and sit behind walls, and the way you knew there was a gnome in the area was they would scream British insults at you. It was brilliant. I love that.
It's hilarious.
You'd just be walking along and you'd hear, "Your mother was a plonker." Oh, there's a gnome in the area.
That's amazing. What I like, I have a Harvest Moon for PC, but this is like this game is like a really watered down version of whatever I played on my DS. It's still good, but it's not like great. But like I remember one character from Harvest Moon. Like as a child, I still liked her, but I never wanted to date her. Like I had one girl I wanted to date. It was a farm girl. She was like really nice. It was like the bartender girl, but you always had to bring her jewelry, and she made you drink like a really, really nasty cocktail she made herself. But the farm girl was way easier to please, and she was super nice and friendly and funny and cute and hardworking, so I liked her. Never got to marry her because in this game it's so hard to marry someone. Like they made it easier later on. But that was this witch character.
Stardew Valley, where you're just like, here, oh, you bought me my 200th piece of driftwood. That means we're dating now.
Yeah, no, you had.
Leah.
Okay, in the Harvest Moon I had. You had to bring them gifts every day. You had to. And when they reach a certain level of like love meter, you can get like an accessory that shows you how much love you reached. But you have to get that in the casino. So if you reach a certain level of love, there are like certain events that trigger. But if you miss just one of the events with a character, it will not repeat itself, and then they will refuse your marriage proposal.
Harsh.
I got so close to
I
marry my
suppose that's
girl.
what happens when you flirt using your level of violence.
Apparently. But there was a witch girl, and she was like the most sassy and nasty
Marco
person.
just missed my Undertale reference.
No, I got the Undertale reference.
No, I got it. It just wasn't funny.
No, like this game is just like very unviolent, you know? Like I wish I could have been violent in this game. There was some of like every girl you could date, there was like a guy there that would be your rival. And let's just say the farm girl I really liked, the rival I had there, this guy was such an asshole. Like, oh god, I wish I could have caused some murder. Like my level.
Murder and mayhem.
Yeah. But the witch girl. So for the witch girl to date her, like, it came with that was a good thing about, like, old DS games. They came, like, with little manuals. So to get and I read, like, online way later about it. So to get the witch girl, you had to, like, your animals had to get sick. You had to faint multiple times. Like, if you faint too many times in the mine, instead of just like waking up normally, you wake up at the witch's place and she's just making a little bit fun of you for fainting. Like for her to be interested in you, you had to be like the worst like farmer ever. You had to be an awful person because she's the reason that the spring goddess disappeared. She had like a fight with the spring goddess, so she just like used some magic on her and accidentally whooshed her away. Not.
So congratulations, you ruined the world. That makes you attractive to me now.
Yeah, like this, like right now looking back, this, she's such a, brat. Yeah, brat is a good term for this witch. But she's so cute. She had like red eyes and golden hair, and she had like her big library that was really pretty. There was also a mermaid you can date. You had to build a pond for her later in the game. I'm still not sure.
Oh, that's cute.
I'm still not sure how you can have a baby with her because you cannot bring her in your house. But that's not for me to figure out. I never met the mermaid.
You just
I was
fertilized the pool. It's fine.
Yeah, I never met the mermaid in every attempt I had in this game because like you need to get fishing stuff, and there's this guy with his laboratory, like those old Harvest Moon games, like those characters had some shady business going on. Like holy crap, there was a game for children and those people were shady as fuck. Like a witch that literally encourages you to be nasty, to make your animals suffer. A professor that had like has a mermaid trapped in his basement. Hello? I miss the old dark Nintendo games. They were like way too dark for the target audience. Like old Animal Crossing, those villagers were nasty. If you sent them something bad, like they would just borderline harass you. It gave them so much personality though. I miss the times.
Back in my days, domestic abuse used to be cool.
Apparently. But yeah, I think we talked a lot, we confessed a lot today. I think we should slowly start to call it before we spill more beans. I think we spilled all the beans, but someone has to pick them up now.
Yep.
I hope you guys enjoyed this very special Weebs Ramble about. That was supposed to come out 5 days ago. But 5 days ago I was in a subathon, and 5 days ago it wasn't a Sunday. So this was.
It also wasn't April 1st. Well, it was April 1st, but we were busy.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
5 days ago was April 1st. This was planned for the 1st of the month. So if you like this, definitely like, you know, if you watch this on YouTube, which probably no one does, but hey, if you watch this on YouTube at any point in time, like, follow, and subscribe, you know, usual YouTuber things. Smash that like button.
Fucking Seri, leave one for me. Got my name.
Thank you, bot, for always taking care of me.
That could have been my compliment, Seri.
And remember, probably have to post this again somewhere. Tomorrow, technically, is the last day to apply for the Weebs quest. So if you want to do something creative and share your process with us, or you have something at home laying around you always wanted to do, but you never found the excuse to do it, be it like something as simple as building like a Lego model, or like doing a diamond painting or something like this. It's okay, no matter what it is, it needs to be creative, and you need to, you know, like, do it. In 2 weeks, we have the Weebs Quest talk show, where we share the progress of the things we created, what we created, and how it went. We will not compare how it looks, because this is for like everyone like a first time. But it will definitely be like an
We're just interested in the process and what you learned and how you did stuff.
Yeah, and how you liked it. You know, will you continue doing it? Like, for example, I'm making an animatic for the first time. I only got 1 frame so far, so this is going splendidly so far. But we will just like see how it goes and how we enjoyed it, and then we can like look back at it and see that we learned something new. And until then, please apply. You find it on all my social medias. Remember, my little sparks, you're the reason I can shine, and I hope to see you all again very, very soon. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.